Hi. We're doing the Have a Heart challenge. Honestly, in a way, like, some are better than... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. I forget how this vampirism item works. But I better get remembering, I guess. I was gonna say... God bless the challenges for... they vary in complexity, which means that they vary in the degree to which they actually help me in this capacity, or in this in this manner, I should say. But I really thought I was gonna hit the spikes for a second there. Like, they give me a little something to assess, so that I can kill a little bit of airtime. Just being like, oh yeah, so in this challenge we've got vampirism and a lot of red heart containers, but no red hearts. So it looks to me like we need to kill a lot of enemies with our vampirism in order to make the most of the red heart containers that we have. Wow, good job, great analysis, Jack. What's in here? Thank you. Oh, I can't, because I'm... Okay, well... Hey, listen, I've done it before. Just like a creep item and then accidentally wasting my bomb like that. It's just not the energy that I want to bring to... it's not the energy I want to bring to the run today. Especially not considering that I'm going to have to do two. I am going to have to do another run later on today because it's... Listen. This is going up on the Saturday. I'm recording it on said Saturday. It is because I went out yesterday, so I was going to open the video with this, but I got sidetracked. But, you know, you have to excuse me a little bit today, because I am a tad bit hungover. Because I went out last night. I'm not, like, tremendously hungover. I wasn't, like, on a bender. But I, you know, I went out, I had a few drinks, and I didn't really sleep too well. This is, like, this has essentially always been a problem for me. All of the enemies in the room allows you to farm room clear rewards. I guess so. Like, we could just get more, money? I guess we could do this. This is, like, kind of a nice chill room to reroll. I, like, never use the dice items. I use the D6 because it's incredible, but, like, that's about it. This is the start of a new arc for me. But anyway, the problem that has always been present in my life is that I wake up at like an ungodly hour every day. Anything in here? There's nothing in here I care about that much, so we'll just leave. So, you know, there are exceptions. Like, I'm not like a robot that has a programmed wake-up time, but, you know, more often than not, even if I go to sleep at, say, 2, 3 a.m., I will still magically wake up at, like, 6, 7 a.m. I won't sleep in. And my, you know, just about everyone I've ever known in my life, which is madness to me, has been the kind of person to, like, sleep in on a Sunday. But I just don't. I just never have. And, like, you know, my parents would sleep in on Sundays, and it would drive me crazy because the family computer would be down in the living room, and at the time, my parents slept in the living room. They had, like, a sofa bed in the living room because there were so many of me and my siblings. So I was like, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be like, what the hell, man? Like, I want to use the computer. What's a guy gonna do to get some airtime out here? Just a little bit of... Oh, we're fine. There was no devil deal chance on this floor anyway. What am I fretting over? Whoa! Okay, what do we got here? Money, money, bomb, key. Turn things into bombs. 5% chance to 80 damage. Yeah, that's pretty good. And honestly, frick a pill. Who cares? So I've spent an incredibly large portion of my life... Ow, my eyes will twitchy. Help. I'm wearing my... What am I wearing my glasses for if my eyes will twitchy, huh? It's like half the reason I'm wearing them. The other half is because they look sick. But, Yeah, I've spent an an unreasonably large portion of my life, like, in homes that aren't mine, but like in homes that are mine as well. Ah, my eye is driving me crazy. Let's just reset this one. This is like a fine room. And the more times we use it, the more rewards we get. And the longer we can milk this run for so that I don't have to do 2 in 1 episode. We could just like get it to 30 minutes. Huge. But just like waking up at some unreasonable hour in the morning and then having to sit and wait for other people to get up. It's horrible. I hate it. So the reason this is... Okay, I kind of got a bit, like, spooked for a second. I guess we can just keep doing this if the room's right there. We are just getting more keys, which I don't know if that's going to be relevant to us, now that I think about it. Maybe, actually, because we have treasure rooms on this one. So, actually, maybe this is fine. This is a good idea. I don't know if it's always the same reward. I would assume... No, it's not always the same reward. That was more keys, though. Maybe it is always the same reward. Do I really want to sit and do this, though? Ugh. It just seems like a whole thing, you know? Oh, you know what I could do? Big brain. What does this do? Is it just lots of charge? I think it's just lots of charge. Thank you. What was I saying? Ooh. Ow. Yeah, like, as a kid, it was a lot of, like, I'd wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy, and then I'd have to, like... I remember doing a lot of, like, creeping downstairs. I don't know if this was everyone's thing, but, like... You know, more so because my parents slept in the living room for a period of time. They had, like, a sofa bed that they'd pull out. But I would have to, like, you know, it would get to the point on Sundays, because, I mean, they really slept in. They would, when I say they slept in, I mean I don't need this. I mean they slept in. You know, like, we would get to, like, this is, again, the same for, like, everyone, whenever I've stayed at other people's places. Just, people they are snoozing, you know? They are sleeping hardcore. And I'm just not like that, I can't do it. So, I would be there until, like, I don't know, something o'clock in the afternoon, just laying in bed. And I'd be like, oh my god, wake up, please, I'm so hungry. I say when I was a kid, I was old enough that, like, you know, I wouldn't class this as abuse of any kind. I think I was more than capable of feeding myself. But I was too awkward and worried about waking them up. And, like, no, you know, in my head, I feel like you could construe that as, like, oh no, like, would he have gotten in like, a lot of trouble, in big trouble, if he'd woken his parents up? But, like, not really. I, like, sincerely doubt it. I imagine I would have woken them up, they'd have been like, oh, for fuck's sake, alright, well, I guess I'm up. And then it would have been fine. But kid me, and this is something I've carried on into, like, adult life, and I'm just now starting to shake. But kid me was, like, so, like, convinced that adults were, like, the law, you know? And if they didn't want to wake up, then waking them up was, like, a sin. Honestly, forget all of this. And so I was like, I can't wake them up. I can't wake them up. You know, they're the grown-ups. If I wake them up, they're gonna be so mad. And so I just let them sleep. And then I'd sit around and be like, oh my god, I'm starving. Not literally, but like, I'm really hungry. And eventually, you know, I'd have to... I remember there were a lot of situations. Again, this was easily resolvable situation. It was just me being dramatic more than anything. I remember lots of situations where, like, I'd have to try and, like, convince myself to go downstairs. Oh, we could for sure play Devil Deals. We could for sure take Pentagram. Bloody Lust. No. I'm not doing it. I simply refuse. However, I will take pentagram. But like, you know, I would be sitting like at the top of the staircase in my house, and I'd be like, come on, quit being such a wimp, just go down and make a sandwich. And like, I had no reason to feel like this. My parents would probably have just like gone back to sleep. But for some reason it just, I don't know, the idea of waking them up like shook me. I was like, they're gonna be so mad. I don't think they ever would have been, like looking back on it now. But yeah, that was just I don't know, the kind of kid that I was. I was like, you gotta respect the grown-ups, and now, you know, I'm becoming a grown-up, and it's dawning on me that I was extremely wrong. I respect the grown-ups now, like, less now than I ever have, as a result of becoming one. And it's made me regret respecting them so much as a kid. Like, I wish I had been more, like, frick you can't tell me what to do. Because in reality, I don't think they could tell me what to do. The grown-ups. I was a bit like that here and there, like when I really wanted to be, but I had to really want it, you know? You had to be stepping on my turf for me to square up to a grown-up. I remember, I mean, I guess I was a lot older at this point, but like, one of the most notorious ones in my head is when I was in my teens. My late teens. So this would have been like, oh my god, we're nearing like a decade since then. It's been at least, I don't know, nearly five-ish years, min. In fact, it's been about 5 years. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me. I had gotten into a lot of trouble because I was working, you may have heard the story before, I was working night shifts at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. And I had caught the ire of my mother because she would work during the day and I would work at night, but I would be awake at night when I wasn't working because body clock. So I would be up at, you know, unreasonable hours of the night playing video games all the time because, you know, that's when I'm awake. Ooh. Ooh. I'm a big fan of all of this. I'm just gonna do it. More damage, please. Sorry, my nose is all goofed up still. Oh my god. How did I not take damage there? What was that? Yeah, so I was up during the nights playing video games and sitting on Discord talking to my friends. Wow, my money! My mom, at the time I was like, what the hell? I'm still kind of like, what the hell, but for the most part, I can understand where she was coming from. I do think it was maybe a tad bit of an overreaction. But, she got really mad at me and took our, like, router for the internet and just, like, destroyed it. Just broke it so that I couldn't use it anymore to, like, play video games. And this was her, like, master plan to make sure that I couldn't, like, pull any stunts. Because, I mean, I was in my late teens now. I had, and I can't think of many more examples, but I'm sure they exist, proven that I could outsmart my mother, like, a few times by this point. That, like, I knew tricks that she didn't know that meant that I could come out on top. So this was, like, every time you kill an enemy, a blue fly will be added to the jar. Yeah, I want this. I like this. We could buy you temperance. Not a huge fan right now because we don't have any hearts dropping. So maybe actually I'll just go ahead and do. Oh, I do want that. Yeah, I'd kind of proven that I could best her when it came to like being punished. I would just kind of not be. And I think a way that, like, a lot of kids do now. That feels like quite a modern thing, that it's, like, hard for parents to punish their kids, because kids love, like, modern shit that the parents don't understand. So the parents are like, alright, well, no phone. And then the kid's like, alright, well, I can, like, you know, I have my phone cloned on my computer, so I'll just, like, use my phone on my computer, I guess. And, you know, in that same vein, my mom said no more internet, destroyed the router, so I just started hotspotting my computer from my phone. And I, like, did a couple of tests to find which games I could play that wouldn't eat up all of my, data. And you would be surprised. It turns out... Oh! I mean, I gots to. I've got to, Mr. Brrr. Oh, what? It doesn't do anything cool. Alright, well now I regret taking the scythe. I was anticipating like a cool beam of scythes. What is this? I've got to, mister. I don't know if it's a reference to something else. I assume it is, but I'm quoting Austin Powers. Austin Powers, no, I'm quoting Ace Ventura. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer. What a movie. Good movie, good movie. I remember Austin Powers 2 scarring me when I was a kid because of the opening scene. I don't know if you've seen it. Skip ahead like 2 minutes if you don't want to hear about spoilers for Ace Ventura 2, Call of the Wild or something like that. I don't know what it's called. When Nature Cools. I think it's Ace Ventura 2 When Nature Cools. But at the start of that movie, he has like run off to a temple in the mountains and become like a monk. And oh no. Okay, wait, hold on. Get the pieces of the story in order. He is in the mountains rescuing a raccoon. And he's climbing along this like zip wire through the mountains, and this raccoon is like on his back. And then, you know, the mission goes awry and the raccoon falls. And you get this moment where like the raccoon is falling away and he's like, no! And it's heartbreaking. And as a kid, you know, that hit me. I was like, what the hell, the raccoon? Oh. We don't get any healing from that. Oh well. How close are we to the end here? We're getting there. We gotta get to the end of the womb, I guess. That's fine. That's pretty doable, I'd say. With a run like this as well, this is like... I don't even think it owes to the challenge at all, right? We're doing... What was the challenge called? I forget what the challenge was called. But... it was something to do with... Oh, it's have a heart, and it's, you know, that we don't get any red hearts, but we have to heal with it. Yeah. It's honestly just a good run. That's it. It's just a good run with bad heart RNG. Which I will take. Maybe I'll be, you know... I won't have such nice things to say when we get to the womb. That's usually the part of the run where... I begin losing a lot of HP. And you know, demanding that more red hearts spawn so that I don't lose. But, for the moment, we're holding our own. Honestly, I'm keeping the money for what's it called? Good damage? Sensational stuff? Ow. Imagine taking damage in the mom fight with a build like this. Like, literally just stand in the middle of the room, you have Loki's horns. It's the only time that Loki's horns ever useful. Boink. We can take a blue heart. Let's go. But I mean, as a kid, that was one of the most tragic things that had ever happened to me. You know, I had quite a sheltered upbringing. For me, the real hardships were the loss of the raccoon in Ace Ventura When Nature Cools. I was bawling my eyes out. It was that and the empty children from Doctor Who, Don't Talk to Me. It was the most... Everyone who's like, the angels are the most messed up the monster in Doctor Who. You are nuts. The angels are ridiculous. They're funny. The way they're just suddenly there like, hello! They're hilarious. The empty children? Messed up. Freaky. Obscene. Oh, there we go. I was very nervous about that. I'm just enjoying having Brimstone for the first time in memory. Have we we have on incredibly rare occasions had Brimstone so far. Our Devil deals for the longest time have been, as far as I'm concerned, extremely underwhelming. So to walk in and get, like, I mean, on this run alone, we've gotten Pentagram, Money Equals Power, Brim, Dark Matter. I'm loving life. Death's Touch. I'm having a wonderful, wonderful time. It's a shame this isn't a real run. It's just a challenge. It's not real. It's all pretend. I mean, getting Money Equals Power on this run as well, when for some reason we're getting 1,000,000 double coin pickups. I don't know why we're getting 1,000,000 double coin pickups, but we have been. I'm just stating the facts, that's all. Don't shoot the messenger, pal. What was I talking about before? Oh, I was talking about, staying up. Or, like, you know, not being able to sleep. So anyway, that's more why I'm hungover than, like, being hungover. It's just because I went out, I was up, I went to a friend's house, we hung out, like a few of us, we were all hanging out. We watched Bug's Life. It was sick. And then I eventually fell asleep, but only for like a couple of hours. And then I woke up and I was like, you know what? I have no idea when these guys are going to wake up. I'm just going to go home. Honestly, you gotta. And then Lusty Blood. Oh, yeah. Damage for each enemy killed in the current room, maximum of +5 damage up to 10 kills. I'm not going to do it just because, actually, we're kind of going off. So I'm going to do it. Bye. Oh my god. Sorry if you can hear me gulping. This is amazing. Whoops. We can just keep... I mean, we can just run it down. I'm gonna avoid starting, like, a whole new train of thought here, just because, like, we're at the end now. We're right there. It's, like, pretty much set in stone we're gonna win. How are you gonna lose with a run like this? The Brimstone Mum's Knife combo is extremely fun. Plus, yeah, plus Loki's horns for this the little fan blade situation we got going on. Oh my god. Just when I thought it couldn't get any better. Forget Temperance. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, I can't think of much else to say at the moment. I don't really want to say much else. Like I said, we're getting pretty close to the end. And I gotta do another one of these later today. Which I'm not angry about. I'm excited. I love doing the Isaacs. It's just, you know, not a lot going on in the office these days. Boink. It's honestly, as far as I'm concerned, a shame that the run ends here. We could have done some big stuff with this. Run! 2 new pills! 25-ish minutes. I Rule Brains Pride Day. I could keep going. Am I going to? Nah. I don't think I am going to. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good time. I sure did. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye!